Okay. Let's see how this goes. I've not changed my audio settings. Curious. Did have one. I will not be playing on keyboard. Break out the controller. Let's see here. There we go. This will be a new game. Do you have a card? As per usual. I feel like the classic roots is going back to playing as a knight. I feel like that's usually what everybody's first playthrough is. Strength build as a knight, just face tanking everything. I kind of feel like doing knight just for the nostalgia. Dex feels a little bit cheesy when you have speedrunning experience, I guess. Sorcery is also always fun. It's been years. So, I'm gonna return to knight. Like Master Key. It's just... I don't know if I want to spend a whole lot of time on this. Let's do this. Gray. Not a whole lot of customization in the older series, but still customization nonetheless.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire. And with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty bolts peeled apart their stone scales. The witches weaved But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers, and man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark sign.
Alright, time to carry this curse all the way home. I kinda would like to find the claymore and use that through the playthrough.
Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
God damn, that body crashing is so loud. I don't remember it being that loud. God, I love the cinematics of all the intro Dark Souls games, except for 2. 2 was a bit different. Didn't feel like a Dark Souls intro. Ooh, the controls feel weird. I feel like most first playthroughs, most people sort of just walk by this long hall, but you can actually see one of the asylum demons here, even though there's another one up above. And I think we usually think, if you do see it, that he managed to jump up top somehow. But it isn't until much later, if you ever return to this area, that you actually find out you can actually go down there and fight him. There being 2 asylum demons. I also feel like it doesn't sit in entirely that you are in an asylum. Who knows how long we as the undead have actually been locked away in this asylum. First bonfire. We get our first peek into most people's first boss that they fight. And you can actually see him up there before going in, while still hearing the one below. He's sort of just waiting there. Get him to jump. And then quickly run away, because I don't feel like fighting him with a short sword. I also don't like that I'm fat rolling. Gotta get used to the menu. used to quick swapping in like Dark Souls 3. Fucking speedrun shit. So the arrows are actually homing. They don't, they're not just completely in a straight line. You can actually watch them curve. Get our first weapon here. Medium roll. Backstabs in all Dark Souls games, usually the way to go. And there's an item there, which, how do you get to it? I actually don't think I've walked all the way back here. I don't remember what that item is, but I'm guessing when you return back to the asylum, you can drop down to it. I always skip this door, but it is a thing. And we can go get our orange juice. Quickly get away. And meet Oscar.
Oh, you. You're no hollow. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I, we're both undead. Hear me out, will you? Regrettably, I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family, "Thou who art undead art chosen, and thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know." Well, now you know. And I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask.
It's got a pretty cool looking
An
sword.
undead favorite. Oh, and this. Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. And thank you.
One of the few good ones. Illuminated by sunlight. I wonder why he's saying he's going to die soon. It kind of looks like he fell in through that hole. Because there's no other entrance in here. And he was clearly the one who was on the roof who threw us the body of the key. So maybe when he was walking, he just fell. And it was a grave enough fall, but it's never been clear to me. And you leave and he just dies. You can actually watch it happen. And he's only worth 100 souls. It's kind of messed up that they do it to Mr. Oscar. Smokes, it's been a while. This is not a lunging sword. I thought it was a lunging sword. Somehow not a backstab. Ooh, this guy's got a shield. Look at him. Worth it? No. But, forgot to do the thing. Yes, you can get a key to come back here. I guess that's how you get that item. I forgot that that's where the drop down was. I'm guessing it leads. It matches up. the rest. It'd be really funny if I died at the first boss. Stab him in his big old face. I honestly didn't think that'd still hit. Sort of stray follows attacks. You don't really need to roll. Rolling always feels weird in Dark Souls 1 to me. It's been so many years since I've committed to a full playthrough. Definitely doesn't feel as fluid as Dark Souls 3, but it still feels better than Dark Souls 1 to me. There's a little bird's nest over here where you can... I forget the...
You, give me warm, give me soft.
Is it... like I have anything to give. I think if you bring fire bombs as like your first item, there's something you can give. I've always wondered... it has a name. It's like Pickle Pea or something. No idea what it actually is. I'm guessing an invisible bird of some sort, or one of the eggs itself. I'm trying to remember where that soul was. I don't think you can give the soul to the bird. Is it Pumperump? Did it say its name? Anyway, huge mountains. And then just an asylum in the middle of nowhere. So whatever we did to deserve, I guess they really don't like the undead. Not just us. I mean, it's weird to think that we as the character are such a threat. To be sent all the way out here, in the middle of nowhere, with huge mountains. How did Oscar get there? The guy who gave us the key to free us.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen.
The legend, ah yes.
To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords.
So is Oscar also just
Lordran.
someone in the undead asylum? He looks different, and he had a mission. And his mission was going to be similar to ours, it sounded like. So I have a feeling that's not the case. I think there's more to Oscar. Home sweet home. Man. Level up. Dump in the strength. I don't really know what build I'm gonna do here. I want to look for the Claymore. I cannot remember where to get the Claymore, so I guess we're gonna go until we find the Claymore eventually. What's your name? Are you Oscar?
Well, what do we have here?
Maybe mixed up the names.
You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first. But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are actually two bells of awakening. One's up above in the undead church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happens. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on, but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go.
I think it's interesting. I still remember like my first playthroughs in like in all of the games, especially Dark Souls 1. He tells you like what the main objective is, just off the bat if you choose to talk to this NPC. I feel like myself included and a lot of others either just don't actually listen to what he says. He's telling you that the two bells of awakening, there's one top, there's one below. And then you can hear bells ringing in the distance as well. But that can't be one of the bells of awakening. So what is that distant bell? What else did he tell you?
Ah, your face. You're practically hollow. But who knows?
I don't remember if this guy is a good guy or bad guy. I feel like in my playthroughs of this game I didn't really interact too much with the characters themselves.
What? Restoring your humanity? Well, there are a few ways to go
I
about
feel like in
it. Collect
Dark Souls 3 the NPCs are a lot more vague about objectives, but it's probably because the game itself is more linear.
And the quickest way, although I'd never do it, is to kill a healthy undead. And coveting thy neighbor is only...
Yeah, when he says things like that, it makes it seem like maybe he's not a great guy. There's a few things. There's items back here. Fireballs? Yes. Then I don't think he arrives yet. Oh, he is here. Liar.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Thurland. Have you business with us? If not, I'd prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
Mr. Petrus.
Hello there. I realize, but I also want you to hear. No.
Trying to keep distance.
Oh my. Oh, I have to wait. So what if I were to would that? Very well. Now let me share my only their ultimate.
Interesting. Oh, we got a truck.
My companions are Milady and her young knights. She is young, but burdened by an undead mission.
Petrus.
We are her defenses, to keep her from harm.
Okay.
Come again.
Petrus and a lot of other knights of sorts. I feel like when you don't do something like spell casting, either through faith or intelligence, like traditional spells, you kind of lose out on interactions with a lot of the NPCs. That was a beautiful bird. Beautiful bird nest. I don't think I'm gonna go just rush to the Zweihander. I kind of want to stay away from doing that. Maybe just stick with the straight sword for now. Is it a broadsword? It's a broadsword. There's someone I actually wanna. The Firekeeper, who you don't actually get to learn about Firekeepers really as much, or at least right away. So you come down here. No response. She cannot speak. We gotta find Firekeeper souls, and she's locked away. I don't think there's any way to free her, but I know there's a way to talk to her eventually. I can give her either a soul, and that is what allows her to speak, or a tongue, perhaps. Dark Souls 2 and 3, it's much more in your face about Firekeepers and their role. I doubt I can wear a chestplate. Yeah. I hate the slow rolling. forgot he did that. Lure him over here. Big jump. With a big hit. Combat feels so wonky. Shields in Dark Souls 1 are pretty good. Classic kick when you don't want to kick. Items. I don't know what the item below is, but I feel like I want to kill everything that I see in this run. Like challenge everything, most things, until things get super hectic. I also want to know what all the items are. I feel like the hitbox to start the backstab in Dark Souls 1 is different from 2 or 3. It feels like you gotta be like offset by an angle, like it's not directly behind them. Grab me some Souls of Undead. We can run up here. I do wonder what the bell that is ringing is. I don't remember. Get a good view here. Huge tree. Kind of something we don't really see again until like Elden Ring, I don't think. The sort of themes of the huge trees, Elden Ring being the Erd trees, and this just being this sort of singular, ginormous tree, and the smaller sort of dead, dilapidated trees. In the distance you can just see the huge walls of Lordran. I think this counts as Lordran. The architecture is just massive in stone, carved into mountains, which I just love the idea of that architecture. Even though it's very useless. It's like, it's more fortifications than it is residents of living. As if they're protecting from an assault, caring more so about fortifications than actual living quarter and quality of life. Yep, we're gonna... Ouchie. Classic, neither of us are gonna hit each other. Okay. What I wanted to look at was just the huge walls and fortifications. Like, this is just like what you'd guess is lower class living. God, shields are so good. Dark Souls 3 I never even bother using shields just because the dodge is so strong, but it doesn't feel as strong. I'm guessing there's like a difference in amount of iframes. This is a way to skip down, jump there early to get to the lower sort of berg area. And there's a bow across here. But I'm not too interested. I think it's a bow. Dragon. Also a huge theme in all of the Souls, really. I mean, the cinematic talked about it a good bit, but I think my love of dragons and fascination of different dragon lore started with probably Dark Souls 1 when I was younger. A lot of my D&D campaign story and lore that I DM for, so much inspiration is derived from the Soul series, specifically pertaining to dragons. But my players, specifically, they haven't come across a lot of the deep dragon lore yet, but but they are getting near it, and I'm wondering if any of them, if they've played any of the Soul series, we'll start seeing some of the I don't think we have to go talk to the merchant or anything, but I kind of do want to go talk to him. I also maybe want to kill him. Hey, we can open this because we have the key. I don't know if you can always open it. I thought it was a master's key thing. Get the wooden shield over here. Backstep. Two shield fellows. This guy hurts. Two stabs. Almost killed me. So I think there's a lootable item over here. Maybe? Oh, but there's a guy hiding. Two swift swipes and he's down. Try eliminating one at a time. I kinda don't wanna go this way yet. Cause I know I'll get my shit rocked. You.
Well now, you seem to have your wits about you. Hmm? Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale.
This guy looks even more hollow than us. We're already looking like a Slim Jim. He has a katana. That's pretty good if you kill him. Rapier Reinforced Club. I think my first time playing, I was younger and very frustrated at how hard this game was. I just kept farming souls to pretty much buy like everything this guy had. Specifically the chain armor. Armor kind of matters in this game, and you can actually upgrade the armor, where in the other games, it's not really so useful. I kind of want to kill him.
What a waste to go and...
I kind of recall him not being easy to kill, though. So we might give him the old razzle-frazzle here.
Gone mad, have you? I'll teach you, you lousy rat. Yulia! Yulia!
Yep. Now we got Uchi Katana. Sweet. Which we don't have enough dexterity to use, I don't think. I think it's dex. Yeah, dexterity is the issue. Does slightly more damage on the broadsword. I don't really want to go to the Lower Berg area. I don't really care what's up there, regardless. So, come back to it when we're interested in Undeadberg. Run on through. Kill you. And you. It's not open from the side. Get some lightning resin somewhere in here. It'd be cruel, but also really funny if they made that the first Mimic. But very, very fast lesson. We gotta drop. Try and kill you. I wonder if you can jump these steps. I don't think so, but unless you peek at them at least. I could have sworn there was another doorway. Maybe it's up here. I'm thinking of. Ah, yes. See, you can sort of get him at the angle for the backstab. Ooh, firebomb. I didn't know they dropped firebombs. I believe there's an archer up top, and there's a black knight that we can fight below. Probably get our ass kicked. 'Cause I do not remember the parry timings of this video game. Going to come up here first. Alright, who's up first? Shield tactics. I feel like rolling most guys in this game isn't worth. Just firebomb this guy to death. Oh, he does not take firebomb damage. I'm going to regret this. Let's see what we can do here. Open. Gotta keep taking the corner of his leg. It's a pretty small window. Should probably be wearing armor for this actually, so I don't get one hit. Oh, almost died. It'd be really nice if I got his weapon at the start here. One more should do the trick. Titanite chunk, no sword, never lucky. The Black Knight's halberd is actually a really favorite weapon of mine from these guys. Also super strong. All the Black Knight weapons are really good. I feel like they're really good across all games. But specifically Dark Souls 1. Is there an item back here? I know you can do the drop down from the fire barrel, but I forget if there's an actual item. Doesn't seem like it. Actually, I kind of want to use... I'd like to find the claymore, but... You can jump through this, but I kind of forget how to do it, so I'm not going to push my luck. There's Havel below us. Can't open that door yet, I don't think. Twinkling Titanite Lizard is somewhere up here. And he's always so hard to kill. There we go. Got him. I don't know if we'll be using Twinkling Titanite, but... okay, boss time. Time to try not to get hit, eat shit, and die. Good way to kill Taurus Demon first time, so use his jump down, or use your lightning golden pine resin for that lightning damage. It sort of just melts him. I'll try it the more traditional way, because I haven't done it the traditional way in who knows how many years. Immediately start running, booking it. First boss that made many of us as children quit the game. You can also get him to jump off the bridge. Stuck inside of him. I might die to this guy. I don't. Oh my god. I can't believe I just died to Taurus Demon. Yeah, maybe using the gold pine resin was the move. It's gonna take me a while to relearn the roll timing of this game. See if I can't run it back. Nope, cannot. Let's see if I can get a heal real quick. See if I remember to make this jump. Now let's test it. Did they patch it? Oh. Interesting. I didn't get barreled. Maybe it only does the fire barrel the first time? Now do these drop down? Is it just the boss? Interesting. Timing. Oh, I'm fucked. Back up again. I almost got him to jump off. I cannot get the timing on any dodges. of stamina. That's not good. Ouch. Oof. Almost killed me. Ah, come on, jump off. Ooh, he's a lot beefier than I remember. I think usually you rush a cheesy weapon or something. You know what I should have bought? I should have bought a bow so I could shoot the dragon. That would have been a good idea. Take a look out here, actually. The sun. It is a myth. It is not real. Also, where's Solaire? I don't see him. Why is he not there? Son of Gwyn, question mark? Where could he be? And now he's here. Just appears.
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow. Far
Favorite
from it.
character?
I am Solaire
Actually,
of Astora, an adherent
like
of the
Secret
Lord
more, I
of
think.
Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. Do you find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time. Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment.
I think most dudes gravitate towards
The way I
Solaire
see
because
it,
looks like a
our
Templar
fates
dude.
appear to be intertwined. In a land
And guys
brimming
just
hollow,
love knights.
could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey? This pleases me greatly. Well then, take this. We are amidst strange, the flow of time, there's no, but you
I think I might.
summon and engage in. Of course, we are not, but I am a warrior if you. Oh, hello there. I will stay behind to gaze at the sun. The sun
I might
is
try
a
to summon
wonderful
Solaire when I
goddess,
can. I
like a
usually don't do
magnificent father.
any
If
summons in my
only I
playthroughs,
could be
but
so grossly incandescent.
there's so many cool NPCs and quest
hello?
lines.
If only.
I would like to try to talk to as many as I can. Not gonna lie, I had completely forgot that you're supposed to just run to him. I don't think I can live this. I'm gonna try though. Look at that, made it. Okay, let's see. Kick the ladder. We got 6k souls. That I will probably dump into strength. Should probably have a little bit of dex, right? That much dex. Probably need 18 strength to use any of the weapons I want to use. Truth be told, I should be investing in vigor. way to get the dragon to come down. I just gotta remember how to do it. You're safe if you stand here. Is it throwing daggers? There's something. I think if you just stand here, he'll come down. Not a safe area. You would just keep blasting that thing. It'd be a shame if the claymore is that drop out there. Is the claymore a buyable weapon? Did I miss it before when I was in that shop? It is here. I can use it. Nice. Okay. Yeah, claymore. I think it's gonna be my go-to. Boom. Boom. Oof. But it is slow in Dark Souls 1. It's just such a cool weapon. Or if we could find a bastard sword, that'd be cool. Whoa. There's kind of a way to cheese this guy on the stairs. Let's drag him out. It's so... This one's a lot scarier to fight. Come over here. Nice. Oh shit. Nice. Oh, that's not good. We're dead. Oh my god. Oh, okay. 2-0 against the Black Knights. Oh, we got their shield. Sweet. It was more poise. But it's heavier, so I don't really know if it's necessarily worth it for us. Start putting a little bit bigger now. When we get the souls. side of them than the left. I think most enemies on their left leg. There's a way to get them to go into the fire, I think. Free money. Yeah, what's going on over here? It's just a guy being roasted. It's like a pretty armored knight on hollows. You can, if you're fast, I believe you can just book it and get through the gate. So you don't have to go around like going here. Slow, heavy swings. But boy, do they feel good when they connect. I love the Claymore. Mystery key, which I believe goes to the door on the Dragon's Bridge and connects to the Lower Berg that we don't care about yet. I think he was about to try to climb the ladder. Ooh, what's this? It's probably dung or something, like a troll item to get people to walk out here and die. No, it's actually souls. I feel like all the items in Dark Souls 3 that are like that are hard to get to, are actually pretty shit. Such a dark room. It's hard to really see anything. Lucere wall ahead. Do we believe it? A fool I am. Apparently you get a Estus back whenever one of your messages gets raided, which I was unaware about. Do I really want to fight this guy? I mean, it's just a shield. Those guys are scary. Kite shield? Night shield. Well, I am a knight after all. It's actually worse than the tower kite shield. I'm honestly not doing a lot of rolling. Maybe I should just be... How much does this block? Wondering if I should just be using it like this. Oh, the no look. Yeah, buddy. That was pretty sweet. That was pretty smooth. That was pretty sweet. Do I care about opening the gate? Not particularly, but I want to go see. There's a guy there that I don't want to fight right now. Ooh. I the swing. Get me all the items. Halberd. Now this is a cool item. And also strong. Yeah. Okay, I'll fight one of you. Come on. What do you got? You don't got a whole lot apparently. I was gonna stick with Claymore, but boy, if I not used a halberd in a minute. Oh, the halberd's so good. It's so cheesy. The range is insane. Reminds me of the Flaming Gargoyle Spear from Dark Souls 3. The range is just nuts. I feel like I should go do the elevator first, but we can go check out Andre. Everybody's favorite NPC. Praise the sun. It's kind of not illuminating in here. Mr. Andre. I feel like I kind of want to do the halberd. The one issue that I do have with sort of all the Dark Souls games is the weapon selection. It's pretty hard to like use multiple weapons unless it's like your second playthrough where you have the Titanite unlocks and stuff. Specifically in 1, you're sort of locked into whatever weapon you start with at the start, I feel like. Between the different Titanite types, regular Titanite and Twinkling, and there's like the red and the green Titanite stuff, blue Titanite. I'm kind of feeling the halberd right now. But the Claymore is also just such a sweet weapon, and it's so cool. But what if I get the Black Knight's halberd? Maybe I'll hold off on upgrading for now. I'll try the Claymore. Two, right? Those two.
Don't get you.
I'll use it for the gargoyle fight, although I should probably be using this for the gargoyle fight, honestly. And I think you can see it. Yeah, you can see Sigurd sitting there in the distance by the gate. But we got gargoyles to go and talk to first. And the shortcut. I think I'm gonna get the shortcut first. That's why I didn't rest at that bonfire. I don't care to rest at that bonfire, because I want the elevator. You can have 10 Estus. You, my friend. I don't think you can be backstabbed. Come on down. We'll find out if you can be backstabbed in a second here. Holy shit, that's scary. I already know that one hits for sure. Steel gauntlets. How many Titanites did I get? 2. Nice. Let me get the soul. Let me not die to spells. Now we can go and give that Firekeeper soul. And see if she talks to me. Because I forget. I forget if she just needs the soul to be able to talk again. Or whatever her deal is. Some mace and some homeward bones here. Some goodies. Ooh, and invasion orbs. That we will not be using. Yeah, I wonder if people are still like invading in this game. Probably not. If I had to guess. Yeah, I'm not messing with you skelly bros. Y'all are spooky. You can hear them. Get a little bit of health. And let's go talk to her. She probably also restore my humanity. I think I can summon Solaire. No response, she cannot speak. How do I get her to speak? There's something you can do to get her to speak, like, hoarsely. I guess they cut out her tongue or something.
What? Don't try anything.
Okay. First hollow ring. Holy fat. Holy chud, bro. Shit, bro. You don't really need to dodge when you think about it. You can just fat shut it up. I'm kind of tempted to fat shut it up. I know she can get her to talk. I just don't remember how. How heavy? Whatever. It's such a strong weapon, it's so fucked, bro. It's also the crystal halberd. Someone just invaded me. Huh. I feel like I should be in offline mode if I want to, not get invaded by people cheating that don't take damage. I wanted to do a Solaire summon. But it looks like that is not gonna happen. I think the damage number appeared as a 1. Not sure. be... Who knows? But the fact that his invasion starts up there, it's actually insane that he can just do that. To answer my question, there are still people playing this game. There are still people invading. Although my guess would be it's mostly cheaters. It's kind of the state of Dark Souls 3 right now. I used to be super big into the PvP scene in Dark Souls 3. But, last few times I tried, one, it's just it's slowed down, and it's an old game now. It's 10 years maybe. Ouch. I'm gonna try not rolling, just see what happens. I don't think it's worth it. You take the same amount of damage even without the fucking armor. I'm just dead. God, I can't get close. Please. Yeah, I don't... I know... I thought armor was a lot stronger in this game, so I thought I'd try it out here. It seems like it takes the same amount of damage with or without armor. Maybe the upgrade on the armor really does matter. Climbing all the way up. again, just huge mountain, just right in the middle of the sort of town. Mountain fortifications. Why they picked this specific terrain? The terrain is just so interesting. It's like everything's so high up, like nothing is at sea level or ground level. Everything's on mountains. Nothing's just low. I thought there was a way to slide down. Ah, it's double press B. I thought that might
Greet, cometh.
I want to learn this gesture. What do you have? You have a good ring, don't you? Boost bleeding resistance, lose nothing upon death. No. I think I usually kill this guy, but let him live.
Thou art welcome any.
And it's a long run back, but you can use a homeward bone instead. And now we have to head to the Undeadburg.
Why, what a surprise. I didn't expect you to make it. Oh, somebody rang the bell. Wait, was it you? You never give up, do you? I don't know how you do it. Well, don't stop now. Only one more. But it's going to be suicide.
What a Debbie Downer. I'm trying to think, are there any like NPCs I missed? I guess we can go to the forest basin past Andre. We don't necessarily have to go straight to the burg. But I'm trying to think. Moonlight Butterfly? Yeah, I kinda actually do want to go there first. I don't really want to rush on Deadburg. I kinda want to go check out that area. Mess around with the Hydra. And Havel. Souls too. Can upgrade our Claymore, which is not the greatest one. It's got CNC. Actually, check something. The halberd is D&D. I'd like to find a higher scaling strength weapon. But CNC is not terrible. I think the Uchi. What is the Uchi? Uchi is actually B in Dex, which is why it's so strong for the starter weapon. Like Dex builds, the scaling is just so good. Actually, let's go talk to Sigurd, because he might pop up. I think we missed our encounter with Solaire because we didn't get to summon him. So Sigurd's gonna be our guy.
Forgive me. I was absorbed in thought. I am Siegmeyer of Katarina. Quite honestly, I've run flat up against a wall. Or a gate, I should say. The thing just won't budge, no matter how long I wait. And oh, have I waited. So here I sit, in quite a pickle, weighing my options, so to speak. Still closed. Still closed. Hmm.
We'll get the door open for you, my friend. It's a shame that, like, every single quest line across all the fucking games usually ends with, like, the NPC that you like just dying in some horrible manner. Even, like, the best resolution still just being, like, a horrible death. +5 weapon. We can dump the rest of our souls. Some vitality here. Let's see. I want to use 2, right? Min-maxing it right now. We're out of dove. Actually, it might not be enough. That's not what I want to do. Sit in. Oh. Alright. This'll be enough. Odd that it organizes it. Okay. Should I just be quick rolling? Physical defense is 79. I think the fast roll is just better. You worth fighting? Don't think he's worth fighting. I do like no damage. Oh, my controller's broken, I can't sprint. Worth. Not in the slightest, but worth. Why is my B button gets stuck sometimes and I can't sprint? Now to get eaten by plants. So feel like the canopy that you see from above isn't as thick as when you first enter this area, because you enter and you're like, oh, I'm in like a thick, dark, gloomy forest. But if you go up just like one level, the daylight penetrates so much deeper, and it's like so shiny up there. Yet down here you need these flowers that illuminate light. It's almost like nighttime. There is no day-night cycle like in Elden Ring, so it's almost like to give the feeling that there is day and night. They sort of just split it up in the areas so that there is a night area and a day area. Is the impression I get. Like, it's hard to tell, like, it just looks like night. Like, they made it. It's almost like they changed the skybox somehow. I don't think you can backstab these guys. Cutting up some bud. Imminent treasure. I would have missed that if it wasn't for the sign. How do I rate your message? Whatever. I cannot rate the message. I think there's like something. There's like a way to like view nearby messages, I think. Illusionary wall. Illusionary? Illusory? Couldn't tell you. I'm just a Slim Jim wielding a big ol' sword. Yeah, let's go do Moonlight Bite Front. There's also a really cool armor set in this area, but there's also these big guys that are very scary, slow you down and ruin your day. These guys are not fun to fight. I am not interested in fighting them. Yeah, it's like night. They got the full moon. Fucking ow. dodge the Moonlight Butterfly? Do you have to double roll, maybe? Or just tank it? With like full armor? Magic defense. I can have 86. Let's see. Magic 25. Magic 30. Magic 30. hey Nick. Yeah, Moonlight Butterfly fucking sucks. Dark Souls 1's a hard one to get into in general. The combat feels very different from the other Souls. I'm trying to rush Moonlight Butterfly because I thought it would be pretty easy to do from my memory, but I forgot that she's got some pretty hard to dodge attacks. So I opted to just throw on a fuck ton of armor for any magic resist I can get, try to tank her. Way more enjoyable than trying to dodge her with no armor. But yeah, I thought I'd revisit Dark Souls 1 because it's been like years since I've committed to like actually trying to finish a playthrough. Oh yeah, the music in Dark Souls 1. I think just the general music in Dark Souls 1 is probably my favorite out of the entire series. But as far as boss music goes, it's probably Dark Souls 3. Also, just like all the terrain in Dark Souls 1, like the world building in general, is pretty unique from the rest. Like, this was like before like day and night cycles that we first see in like Elden Ring. And so here, like, it has the appearance of night, but in this sort of dark root basin equivalent, when you're in Lordran up above, you can see down into this. So it technically shouldn't be night. All that changed is they just like changed the coloring and the view of the skybox instead. But it would still technically be day, because the second you ascend above the tree line, it isn't the illusion of any light not being able to penetrate the trees, because we're just above it. We're still above the trees, yet they're trying to give the illusion that there's differences between day and night. I'm just gonna use this because it'll be quicker. I think I'm gonna stick with the Claymore through this playthrough. Being like having a speedrunning background in some of the Souls games, specifically Dark Souls 3, every time I do a new playthrough, I feel like I always go to the dex weapons, just because they're so convenient. But I've always loved the Claymore. Like the Claymore, the Bastard Swords, just the regular straight sword, they're such a classic, and I feel like everybody's first playthrough of a Souls game is usually something relating to just choosing the Knight class. Like, it's just such a classic. Then when I'm not fighting bosses, I just don't do armor, because I like the speed. You'd like this area, because you get to fight, like, marijuana plants. It's pretty cool. But the strength weapons are such a, like, shoot yourself in the fucking face with a shotgun because they're so slow. Like, across all the Souls games, they're like that. If you want a really cheesy weapon, you use this. All the halberds in Dark Souls 1. Their range is just disgusting. I mean, look at it. Here, ready? Watch this guy. Ready? Oh, not quite. All the way from downtown, and he's dead. This isn't upgraded, by the way, and it's still doing just as much damage as my +5 Claymore. Yes, I was talking to myself about that. Maybe if anybody watches the VOD. I feel like guys in general, and probably like gamer girls, like, just gamers in general, like, the idea of a knight, like, if you're familiar with Solaire, the sun dude, Praise the Sun guy, the idea of just Solaire when you first see him. You're like, oh, this is a badass knight. Like, look at the square helm. Look at the kite shield. I feel like he falls into everybody's like favorite NPC like so quick. Just because he's like the epitome of a knight. Like he's fighting for an honorable cause. He has faith. And like the combination of faith and like knighthood. There's something in your gamer blood that just gets it boiling. I'm trying to remember where the cavern entrance is here. There's a drop off you can do. There's also a I think this is a bow, if I remember correctly. Ooh, leather armor and a longbow. Let's see what this looks like. Also, sorry I look like a Slim Jim. It's because I haven't been using humanity stuff. I tried once before because I wanted to use Solaire in a fight, because I never get the chance to ever use summons, because I always do solo playthroughs. But I immediately got invaded by a hacker, so I might quickly try and reload it so I can get some time with NPCs. I am 2-0 against the Black Knights so far. Let's see if I can be 3-0. Although first I'm going to cheese him so I can get that bonfire. There's some good armor sets where you could like just straight up be a Gilded Knight. I think you gotta kill for it, but doable. There's a cool armor set. I think his name's Lucrine, I want to say. Like his armor set, his chest plate is like almost a gilded bronze. And if you look at like the details of the armor, it's actually like his chest plate has like ornaments of arms hugging him. So it's like he's being hugged by his own armor set. Why is he up here now? Alright, let's see if I can shoot this guy. If I get his weapon, I'd be super happy. The Black Knight's Halberd is also like a cult classic and one of my favorite weapons in the Soul series. Just because it's one, it's overpowered, but two, it's just, I mean, come on, it's a Black Knight's Halberd. And there's that clip of that Haru Urara VR chat girl asking about Black Knight's Halberd. I think I've sent it to you. That also adds to the cult classicness of the weapon, Haru Urara. Yeah, yeah. Forefront of military science, which is weird in the to consider in the, like the Souls verse, because of like fucking magic and sorcery and shit. But I know what you mean, and it works and meshes really well if you're like if you do like Solaire and the Solaire storyline and you like the faith system, it almost like further puts you on the forefront of one, military service and science, because faith in the Dark Souls world is a... Actually, I'm gonna do the extra shit. Should I? Yeah, I'll do the extra shit before I go to the main game. Being like a knight of faith, using the faith spells, is so cool in this game, because faith is a dying thing in the Dark Souls verse. Like, you're cursed. You are a cursed undead, destined to fight until you either go completely insane and turn on those you love around you, or suffer endless deaths. There is no happy ending for the undead. And so to find faith as an undead, to believe in something greater than just the curse that propels you to constantly fight, to be tricked into rekindling the fire in the flame, to carry on Gwyn's cursed fucking bloodline, opposed to snuffing out the embers and starting something new. The faith is so poetic in that, because the undead isn't supposed to have anything else, yet through faith they can. Even if that faith sort of is a lie, like what really is true faith, if not just to have the faith itself? It doesn't necessarily need to be a true end. I think that's something that's really cool about like the faith systems, specifically in Dark Souls. Let's go fight Havel and get one hit. Alright, so way to cheese this guy. I'm gonna try and do it. Come on, Havel. He's waiting for me to attack, because he'll one-hit me. This is gonna take forever. Look at him, he's just standing still. Look at this smug motherfucker, we're both just looking at each other. We know whoever takes the first, if I attack before him, he kills me. And he knows that. Come on. Nope, not today, you're not using your power. Abraham is bringing his son to the mountain, following the will of God to possibly bring his son to death. Yes. I'm dead. I think faith, yeah. Faith is such like an interesting and slippery slope, and I think faith just in itself and at its core is I think it's just a very good thing. I think people need faith. It doesn't matter if it's aligned with any religion. I'd argue it doesn't even need to be necessarily aligned with any specific moral code. Like, we often boil faith down to just that. Like, oh, you're believing in a higher being than yourself. I think it's just, it can be as simple as holding on to faith in your day-to-day, and it can be as simple or as complicated as believing in something higher than yourself. It doesn't necessarily need to be a higher power. Specifically, what makes it so alluring with like Knightship, and things like Solaire, is the sun. You don't necessarily have to look at it as a god. You can see it as, in Dark Souls, it's like there's the fire, and fire is the end-all be-all. It's what the undead has to ascribe to. It's what you have to link and carry on. But the sunlight itself almost, it's a foreign power. And I think Solaire does treat the sun itself as a god, but you as the undead have the choice not to. You know? You can ascribe to it as a better alternative. It's one of the few choices that you're allotted in the Soul series. And then there's also like, there's the choice of snuffing out the embers, to end the curse. There's so much inspiration I take from the faith and choice allotments that are portrayed across the Soul series, like specifically in my D&D campaign. they're such good building blocks. Like how you approach where faith is placed. Yeah, exactly. Like we wouldn't have gotten, like, even if you boil it down to like physics and mathematics, like Newton, like Newton specifically, if he didn't have faith or any form of trust for that matter, or any direction, any faith in the direction he was heading with any of his studies, if any of the great mathematicians or scientists didn't have some degree of faith in science itself, where would we be? If engineers and scientists at their core don't have any faith in what they're doing, then you wouldn't have science to begin with. Science in its essence is almost like a pursuit of faith. This is also such a cool area, and I want to show it off, like touring around to like show this sort of mountain valley. I love mountains so much, in general, but like the sort of mountain terrain of Lordran is so fucking cool. Like just look at this view. Like you probably remember, if you've played an hour of this, like what the top of Lordran looks like. And I was talking about it earlier, everything is so high up in this game. Like when you're in the city of Lordran, you're not at sea level. You're not at any ground level. The city you're on is on the precipices and tops of mountains, and you can still look up and see higher structures. The fortifications is just made in this huge mountain basin. Like why did they choose? Why did Gwyn decide to build his kingdom and his city for humanity here? Why was it here? Why was it in deep mountain terrain? Like, it's so counter what humanity would need. They went for fortifications. Like, if you look at the city of Lordran, it's not a city made. It doesn't look like a city that's made for inhabitants. It's very clearly a city structure made of reinforcements, like they're defending against something. Gwyn and the other gods battled against the dragons, right? And they won. They carved out their place using fire and lightning against the dragons to take them down. Despite having an era of fire and peace, they still chose to build their kingdom in such a remote, mainly hard to attack place, up high in the mountains with heavy fortifications, towers and thick walls that are hundreds and hundreds of feet high, dozens of feet thick, you know. The scale of everything is just so large, not because of high populace or like refined cultures, like city structured culture. It's instead so large and like militaristically opulent. It's just huge tower structures. It's super. Take a medieval castle and multiply it by like 1,000, and that's Lordran. That's all of Lordran. It's not a place of comfortability. It's just a place of it's just carrying that militaristic theme. Like they're afraid of something. Like what was Gwyn so afraid of? And then also you come in here. A city that a bunch of people flooded. Where now only ghosts remain. Quite literal ghosts, actual phantoms. I think there's a cool NPC down here somewhere that I can talk to. Yes, and like all that's left of the Husk Fortress city are hollows. All that's left of the dynasty that was carved out by Gwyn, and what Gwyn thought was right, was just failure. To continue to carry on the flames and to perpetuate the curse, you're never going to get denizens of your cities that have a good life. You just won't. Because every single hollow, every single human is cursed. What was once the answer to the dragons doesn't necessarily need to be the same answer that's carried on to the future. And that's why I like the choice of not carrying that on, ending the curse instead and bringing in a new age. My favorite example of it is in Elden Ring, actually, when you do the quest with Ranni, the witch, and you kill all the gods, and you bring death. I should be sticking to Dark Souls 1, but it's so interesting in Elden Ring because everybody was immortal. Death was not a thing, right? Yet, Ranni didn't like that. She didn't like the perpetual Erd tree, listening to the fingers, and fate. She didn't like the idea of fate. And so she brought death into the world and killed the gods. And with your help, you guys usher in a new age closer to true freedom of living, to actually have meaning to life. What, in Dark Souls 1, what meaning is there if everybody is undying, if everybody's cursed to eventually go insane? Life has no meaning. You're simply biding your time until you either go insane or you're the next one to link the flame. I should not be fighting these guys. +5 weapon, by the way. Also, here's Blighttown. Like, if you want to talk about rejecting your occupants, look at fucking Blighttown. It's just living in the sewage. With the really cool tree that's growing all between it. I want to take some time and look around this area. But these guys are super annoying. The huge tree that's growing all the way from up top, down, descending into the mountains, and then down into this just grotesque sewage city. Insectoid, disease. Like, what glory is there that's left from Gwyn's dynasty? There isn't any. There was never... It almost makes you question, like, what was the point to begin with? Like, to what end? Was Gwyn even right to end the Age of Dragons to begin with, if this is what you get? This was very clearly never an established, safe city area. This was... It's hard to even say if it was like a lower class or where people resorted to live because they had no other choice. It may as well have just been the majority, just because of the scale of this place. Makes you think. Like, everything here is just so... And yet you can still see up into the sky. And look at it. Just the scale of everything's so huge. This is like one of the few areas in the game where you can actually look up and think, oh, I'm at a lower level. Quite literally, you're in the sewage. See if we can fight Maneater Mildred. Apparently Maneater Mildred, the NPC who can invade you here. I'll see if I can get her to do it. I'll try to kindle. Get my humanity. Apparently, when they were testing this game, Maneater Mildred was just like someone made a character in the testing of the game for like the cooperability, and they kept invading the devs and killing the devs. And they made their character just like a lady wearing the loincloth shit with a fucking butcher's weapon. Like that's the origins of her. And ever since she's been carried through the other Souls games. I think even all the way up to Elden Ring. Let's see if I can get invaded by her. Maybe I'll get invaded by a hacker again. We'll see. Oh, there she is. She's in the swamp. Let her run over to me here. Oh, there she is. Time to shit on Mildred. There's a mosquito I want to kill first, though. Yeah, backstabs are kind of overpowered in like all the Souls games, but what am I gonna do? Not abuse it? Bye, Mildred. Thanks for the humanity. Have a good night, brother. Might stream some Mahjong, we'll see. There we go, now I'm fast rolling. Guys that throw boulders. I don't know why they didn't detect me. Usually they just start hurling the boulders even if you go along the side like I just did. Maybe it's different in the remaster. The poison condition is not fun. Do I have anything to stop it? I do. Oh, there is a summon sign. Is it Maneater Mildred? It is. If you kill her, you can summon her. Let's see. I don't think I've ever summoned Maneater Mildred before. Armor is kind of a joke in this game. I don't think I'm going to bother wearing it. Can I use a bow? Mildred go and die and try to use the bow. Ready, Mildred? Oh, this is such a good cutscene. Why did it skip? Oh, I'm dead. Oh, shit. Maneater Mildred actually did good. I was expecting her to die immediately. She's putting in work. Twins. Where's the bonfire? I thought one spawned here, but I guess it spawns in the inner sanctum. Such a cool boss. Also such a cult classic design. Like, monstrous beauty. Unknown if they're like different entities or the same entity, like if they share the same consciousness or if they're two separate consciousness, the spider and Quelaag herself. And now the gates should be open. Mr. Siegward should be able to enter. So what a badass cutscene. When you get a homeward bone for it. Let's take these stairs and then go through the however you pronounce it. Then go into the Covenant.
Oh dear, what have we here?
Yes.
But you have no eggs. No matter. I pray that you will mind.
There's a way to talk to her somehow. I don't know if you need Quelaag's weapon. corrupted, sort of sacrificial. There's a pretty big theme with sacrificial maidens in like all of the Dark Souls series, but specifically this lady as well, whose name I do not know. There's a way to talk to her. Something to do with Quelaag's soul.
Are you prepared then, nephew?
Let's see, we have servant roster. No weapons for Ascension. Now, normally, you just go on up to Sen's Fortress by this point. It's such a long hike back. And I don't think that these can take you to the last bonfire rested at, yeah. So because we just rested there, it's like doing this area doesn't necessarily feel right. There's no correct order or necessarily way to do things. I guess we could do Ceaseless. While we're here. Just because Ceaseless is pretty free. But normally, I think you're not necessarily meant to. Like in all Souls games, there's many different directions you can go. So rest here in case I die here. Yeah. The not having the warp yet is pretty brutal. Because it is a really long run back. I forget if there's an item down there. So if you want to talk about being at a low point, it's kind of as low as it gets. I guess, maybe Nito? Nito's place is maybe lower. Feels weird to do this area first, but there's some gold hemmed robes, I think, up here. Ceaseless won't attack you until you, I think, loot the body. I think it's a good armor set too. I think it's light, but has really good, I think, magic resistance. Or just general resistance. Yeah, there's Ceaseless. Who looks quite monstrous. I think I might have passed the armor set, or it's back here. Super tall. Eyes. Like a mesh of horns and like flesh all melded together. He does have feet. 5 toes. There's a grotesque, like, spider corruption. It's like a mix of, like, spider legs. There's horns of, like, a demon, or maybe even a dragon, and then just tons of eyes. And rotting, decaying, corrupted flesh. And, like, imbued with fire, which is kind of ironic. I think it's like a different fire than the embers that you're meant to link. And then protecting this corpse that he seemed to care a lot about. Yeah. It's pretty easy one hit. I think you can't dodge it, but now we have gold hemmed robes that have great armor and are quite light. Not quite fast rolling though. Pretty big gimmick boss fight. Try to just get him to walk off the edge here, fall over. Get a good view of him though. My goodness. Did they change the fight since I was last? They forgot to do it. Holy shit. There's a way to get him to fall off. I thought you just ran. Now it's personal. Because I don't recall. There's this area here that he's supposed to fall. Maybe you gotta be closer with the shield. It doesn't look like you can dodge. Let's see. Maybe you can take cover behind these pillars or something. If you get like behind here or something. there's a way to get him to fall. That I'm just not remembering how to do. But this works too. Should do it. Didn't expect to kill him that way. But, you know, works. Now I think we can get the Chaos Ember? Something like that. There's like items there, but there's also Taurus demons. I don't particularly think I want to do any more in this area, unless we want to get the Ember. Might be worth it. To go and grab really quickly. I think that's I think that's what it is. I think it's an ember. Go pay a visit. So, what is the structure? I mean, it's huge. What is this structure? It's like a tree growing into it. I know Beta Chaos is a thing, but I don't think that's where Beta Chaos is. That hurt. I'm pretty sure it's where the chaos. What's it called? It has a name for what it is. Divine Ember, isn't? Yeah, it's an ember. I don't think. I think we need a ring for it though. Do you? Do I even want a chaos weapon? Now we gotta do the long journey back, which is likely where I'll wrap this up. Because holy, is it a long run back. Actually, we should probably rest here to get extra Estus on our way. Do you a good tip to not rest here. If you don't feel like doing Cecil's for some early levels. Mainly because you have to run all the way back if you do, where normally, if you're doing kind of speedrun, also super good view. Sort of Chaos City curved into the bedrock of the underground. Which by this point, you have to be underground. It still can't just be mountain structure. So, super cool. Don't necessarily know if the lava flow makes sense, but still super cool bedrock area. Run in and run in. Of course, everybody's gotta die at least once on the run back. It's sort of just like it's part of the cult classic. It's a super, people have been making memes about it now, but it used to just be the normal. You think your Elden Ring death run is bad? Try this. It's some clip of an awful Dark Souls 2 or Dark Souls 1 run back. It takes like 5 minutes. Getting out the Undead Berg. I think there's some Titanites that I can loot here. Gotta check behind here. I'm trying to remember where things were. Claymore is slow. There's an item out there. Do I explore this area? Before heading back up, maybe? Falchion? Not particularly. I thought there's more to this area, but maybe I'm wrong. There's the mushroom area. I don't really know if I want to go there though. Leeches. Gross, gross, gross. Not a fan of leeches in the slightest. Hey, blink shield. Oh. I forgot that it's hidden behind some walls. Okay. Sort of, I think this is more of a late game area because of the type of mobs that are here. Some spooky dudes here. And boy. Boy oh boy. I don't want to get too out in the weeds, so. Collect some souls. Just get on back up to the surface. Okay, out of the worst of it. Grab this chest. Get the key to New Londo Ruins. In Orlando, and then there's New Londo. Don't buy these guys, because they are not worth fighting. That hurt. Perfect example of why. Of why I am not going to be fighting that guy. And instead, we made it back safely. Until you fall right here and curse everything that you hold dear. I'll take the safe way back, just cause I don't feel like gambling right now. Sorrow. Where's the guy? I'll be back down here anyway. guy. I think you can learn spells from down here. Another example of why a sorcerer playthrough would be pretty cool to interact with all the sorcerer NPCs. There's like 3 or something. They're all quite unique. There's also the Pyromancer, the Faith guy, but there's like not like real Faith guy. She died. Wait. How would she get killed if I haven't freed him yet? I haven't freed the brass armor guy yet. Damn it, dude. Fuck. Sucks. Now I won't be able to use the fire.
Did you ring the That is incredible. It's noisy. This is no laughing matter. Damn. That stench. Maybe it's time. Maybe.
Where's the black orb? Fate World of Murderer of Firekeeper. I just don't... How did he kill her? I thought you had to go to Anor Londo first for that encounter to happen.
No, I will teach. Come again.
Interessante. Naruhodo. I didn't do my kanji cards today, so I have to study kanji. Whoops. Once I get to this bonfire, it'll be a good stopping point, I think, for the first session. We got pretty far. How long has it been? Wish it would let me see. Probably close to 3 hours, I imagine. See if I can't give him the ember.
I've seen one of them. Well, you...
Divine Claymore. Looks like it sucks. Okay.
I'll be seeing you. Be careful.
Should be good. Boom. Alright. Until next time.